Stay tuned and see how I make this 100% olive oil castile liquid soap with lavender and rose. It's worth the watch. Please, if you're not subscribed to this channel, please subscribe and turn on the notification button so that anytime we drop a video, you will be aware. So sit tight and watch this video. Thank you guys. Today we will be making a lavender rose castile liquid soap. Welcome to my channel. My name is Ego the Messy Soaper, and from my kitchen we will be making the rose lavender castile liquid soap. I'm so excited because my sister has finally given birth. My own done better. No be say I buy a mo. Now God they do me better. I feel like a grandma, and so I'll be going for Omugwo. So if you do not know what that means, it's a tradition that is done by the Igbo people to go and take care of a newborn child. All right, so I'm not going to go into that. Last week we made a shea butter, argan, chamomile bar soap that is great for babies, gentle enough and moisturizing, great for sensitive skin, great for eczema prone skin too as well. So castile liquid soap I will be making is 100% olive oil, and that is what castile means. Like, the word came from a place in Spain. People used olive oil to make their soap for bathing and for washing of clothes, and it was made with 100% olive oil. And so that place in Spain is called Castile. That is how the soap was named after the place. There is Castile and we have Bastille too as well. All right, so Castile is when you use just 100% olive oil, extra virgin, you know, or semi-refined olive oil, but just olive oil is what is known as castile soap. And Bastille is a combination of olive oil and other vegetable oils, okay, like your sunflower oil, coconut oil, grape seed, argan, sweet almond, etc, etc, etc. So some people would do a castile soap that is Bastille, right? And they'll call it castile, okay, just because it contains vegetable oil, so they still call it a castile soap. But we are making 100% olive oil castile soap. Stay tuned and watch this video. Turning on my crock pot to the highest because I didn't preheat this cooker before time. I'm measuring out my olive oil at 500 grams or mils, and I poured that into the slow cooker and covered, and measuring out my water and my potassium hydroxide. Now this is the lye that is used for liquid soap making, and sodium hydroxide is used for solid bars. Okay, so I am mixing my potassium hydroxide in water until clear. Now I go ahead to measure out my glycerin because I'll be using glycerin in this soap because it helps to emulsify this solution quickly. So what went in there was the potassium hydroxide solution, and now I poured in the glycerin. All right, I'll be leaving the measurements at the end of this video. Now I use my stick blender to emulsify the oils and the lye solution together and with the glycerin. The glycerin helps this to emulsify quickly and helps with less separation that could have been challenging in this step. So this takes about 5 minutes to 10 minutes to emulsify properly without any form of separation, which usually happens when you are making 100% olive oil liquid soap. Okay, and I make sure that I am soaping at a 70 to 80 degree Celsius, and not exceeding that because you do not want to burn this. So you would see me check the temperature from time to time. So yes, I have stick blended this mixture until it's giving me this mashed potato look. Yes, once I beat it to a point where my stick blender can't beat it anymore, I stop and stir and make sure that I scrape the sides of my crock pot for even cooking. Cover this, and I left this to cook for a while. You can see how hard that is. I thought I'd come in to show you what that looks like. This process of getting to this point of where you can see it's gelling, which I expected to gel all through, but not yet at this point. It took about 2 to 3 hours to get to total gel process, and you want to keep your heat at 70 to 80 degrees, not higher than 80 degrees. Okay, so this is totally cooked to gel phase. All right, and I took out a bit to do a clarity test. So I take my distilled water and put in a cup, and I mix the paste until it has melted. And if I can see through the glass, that means this soap has cooked through and is ready for dilution. So I'm pouring in my water, and here I put in rose water as well into this mix, and it's on low heat for the melting process. Okay, so this is me coming back to stir and see the quantity of water I put in, if it's okay or not. I would advise you put in little water at a time. I ended up putting about 2 to 2.5 liters of water into this 500 gram olive oil soap, and it's amazing to have so much liquid soap come out of such a small quantity of oil. So you can see the quantity has increased. That's because I added more water to this, and I watched gradually, patiently, to make sure that I did not over water this soap. So here at this point, I'm not about spending the whole day here, because this is the evening of this day, and I went in with my blender to help blend in, break down the soap pastes for easier melting. Okay, so I went ahead to stick blend this. So at this point, it's ready. After stick blending, I kept it for a while, and of course on very low heat at this point. and you can see the consistency. It is thick, and I left it thick for a purpose because now I will be putting in my hydrosols, which is what I'm putting in now, which is lavender and rose mixed together. I did a combination of both of them, and instead of doing that on heat, I did that when it was a bit more cool. Now in this particular jug, I decided to have 1 part mixed with essential oil, which is lemongrass. And usually when you use essential oils, it clouds the soap. You don't have a transparent soap, but this lemongrass did quite well. The lemongrass didn't cloud the soap at all. Now in these other smaller bottles, I am mixing it without it being scented at all. All right, so here we have our unscented castile soap with, of course, the hydrosols in them, and then 1 500 ml bottle with scented lemongrass essential oil. And this is the next day. This is how it looks the next day. It's clear, crystal clear, as you can see. It came out so beautifully well. You can decide to dilute this even more. If you want it a bit more runny, you can dilute it with more water. Okay, that's your preference. Now this is the remnant of the castile liquid soap, and I'm just going to put this into storage containers until I would need them for different purposes or to sell. Castile soap is really multi-purpose. People use it for laundry, people use it to wash plates, people use it for pets, for cleaning of wounds, for bathing, for scrub bases. It is multi-purposeful. Okay, so, and this is available if you're in Nigeria and you want this made for you. You do not want to go through the stress of making your castile soap. Hit me up, link in the description box. Send us a message on WhatsApp and we will make this for you. But this is quite easy to make. I had so much fun making this, and I hope you'll be trying out this recipe. Ladder test. So of course you saw that I scraped out the soap from this crock pot, but the remnants, and see how this lathers. I wasn't expecting this much lather from 100% olive oil soap, but it shocked me. I'm really amazed to see this quantity of lather. I'm so happy, and I'm sure my sister would love this. Okay, so if you have an eczema prone skin, a sensitive skin, or something, you want something gentle for your skin, then castile soap is the way to go. I ended up getting 6 liters of castile liquid soap from 500 ml olive oil. That's a lot when it comes to commercial value. So thank you guys for watching. Please turn on your notification bell and subscribe to this channel. Until I come your way next week, happy soaping!